everyone, this is Ashwin Rao, and today I am featuring a new brand to my channel. If it's not obvious by the cover of this box, this is Caswell Boot Company, an American brand founded by a shoe enthusiast who has decided to strike out making shoes typically welted in Spain, but also offering hand welted lines based out of Indonesia. He has partners in India as well as in other countries, offering a wide range of really high quality makeups that struck my interest. And we decided to collaborate on this review. So this is a model that I received for review purposes, and that's just full disclosure for you. But I'm actually been a long-term admirer of Kevin Wilson, who founded the company, and what he is doing to bring unique leathers, high quality construction methods, specifically in this case Goodyear welted construction. But this is a model that was offered as a group made to order model this summer. So he and I talked about it because it was a leather from the Maryam Tannery that I was very interested in, which is a washed kangaroo hide in a brown colorway that just struck my fancy. And he has a very unique take on the mock toe model, which is the model that we'll be taking a look here. So gotta say, super excited about this brand. So let's take a look at this particular model, the Stanton, which we'll talk about in more detail. It's a fairly utilitarian box. You've already seen the lid. The side paneling has a Caswell Boot Company's the style, which is the Stanton and Washed Kangaroo in my size, using the Toscanello color of Maryam Tannery's washed horsehide, and it's built on the Harris last. So here we see this beautiful mid-brown washed kangaroo leather. Initially, when I saw the photos on the website, I thought this would be a slightly darker brown colorway, and this is more of a standard mid-brown, has some slight orange and reddish undertones, but it's a pretty solid mid-brown, has a beautiful contrast stitch on the upper using what appears to be a natural colored stitching. So we have a chestnut edge dressing here, and what I really like is the offset dark storm welt that you can see adorning this shoe, and this is a 360-degree Goodyear storm welt. Really nicely done, clean work. Stitch density is probably in the neighborhood of 5 to 6 stitches per inch, so not the highest stitch density, but very robust, comparable to what you would say get from Alden. Certainly higher than I think what you would get from, say, Allen Edmonds. Beautiful natural grained kangaroo leather. So this is part of the reason I was really interested in this makeup, was I've never owned a pair of boots in kangaroo leather, and I just was very curious about what the handle feel of this leather is. And it's one of the things that Kevin and I have talked about, and in just observing what Caswell Bootmaker is putting out with models such as their Lisbon 2, the Stanton, and some of their other models, they really use unique leathers in unique colorways, including some bison leathers and a wide range of other types of leathers that really give and imbue their particular models with a very unique style. It's kind of a unique, almost indie-like take on the mock toe because it has this faux stitching on the apron. This is not a true mock toe, and I believe this stitching, if I'm not mistaken, is done by machine rather than by hand. I believe that the Alden Indy is done using hand sewn processes, although I could be wrong about that. I know that some of their hand sewn aprons have more character than the Indy, but this is very reminiscent of the Alden Indy apron. The apron is placed further to the edges of the shoe's toe box and creates more space along the vamp. I really like that. I think people will have different feelings about it, but I find that it's a very handsome look that you can dress up or dress down. Medium high density stitch work done both on the heel counter here as well as on the side paneling. Here we see a slight seam on the back side of the heel counter, which to my understanding aids in the lasting process. Here you can see the welt joint on that 360-degree Goodyear welt, done very cleanly. This is built on a rounded, fairly symmetric, there's a slight asymmetry to this, but a fairly symmetric last. This is called a Harris last, and it has a fully lined inner lining here. 5 eyelets you can see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 eyelets, and then 2 speed hooks to top this off. These speed hooks are reminiscent of the ones that Grant Stone uses, so similar if you are familiar with that. These are antique brass eyelets, and I think that complements this mid-brown colorway really well. This has a leatherboard heel counter, so leatherboard back here, not true leather, but leatherboard similar to Alden. And I believe if they're using a leatherboard back here, they're using a leatherboard to stiffen the toe as well. Otherwise, the insole is a full grain veg tan leather insole. This has a steel shank to provide support in the midfoot and cork filler. So very traditional workwear style boot makeup in a more contemporary style. I really like these herringbone cloth shoe bags. I think that adds a really nice touch. And all in all, just a really nice makeup. I'm looking forward to taking this particular pair of boots on their journey. And for $380 or so for what you're getting here, this is incredible quality work. So if you're interested, you should really consider Caswell. They are just putting out some really cool designs. Their Lisbon 2 is another model that I really like. Just note that this boot has a Vibram Londra sole. This is kind of Vibram's version of the Ridgeway sole with more robust plating on the base here, as well as a very clean work done on this stitching. This is exposed open channel stitching, as you can see here in the heel block, similarly a Vibram heel block. Otherwise, we see there is a standard block heel without any taper, a full grain leather heel stack with, I believe, 4 stacks of full grain leather here, and then you see the leather outsole and midsole followed by the rubber sole here. It's just a really handsome, clean, unaffected makeup that will go well with a wide range of outfits. Certainly more in the casual spectrum of my closet, but nonetheless, this is really just going to be a standout model. Kevin and Caswell Boot Company are very transparent about what they offer in terms of makeup, quality, craftsmanship, construction, the last, location of production, the times for production. If you go with one of their MTO models, it's going to take about 3 to 4 months to receive that. Now they also have shoes in the ready-to-wear line that are readily available right off the bat. Caswell does not have a brick and mortar presence. They're entirely online, and I think that in this day and age, having a new company, it saves a lot of cost, getting rid of the middleman. It obviously saves on labor costs, and partnering with makers throughout the world, you are able to really create a brand rapidly with your own identity, which Kevin Wilson has done with Caswell Boot Company. Give Caswell Boots a look. They're certainly making waves online and really have found a comfortable place in the Goodyear welted entry point of higher end heritage footwear. I am excited to bring them to your attention on my channel, and I'm really looking forward to taking you through my own journey with them so that you yourself can make a decision on whether Caswell Bootmaker will enter your own closet. Hope you're doing well. Take care, have a good one, and goodbye.